that was one of them. So the next person to go is Vefselk. You also, as a Drake, are not entirely unable to grab and move. After all.
Yeah. Something I just realized was I've like removed all my clothing and dropped all my equipment, and it's just sitting on the ground, like in the middle of that poisonous cloud.
Yes, it is.
So that might be just gone because.
Well, we will have to see. We will have to see about what you want to do about that. So let's go ahead. But at the moment, you have other things to worry about. Are you going to try to attack animated corpses, or are you going to try to grab Vefselk or grab Farith, or what will you do?
Yeah, I think I want to grab Farith and get out of here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. So in that case, I want you to make an agility roll for Vefselk.
Okay. Okay, so I just want to beat my agility of 52.
Yeah.
With that? Okay. All right, let me see. I get a 26.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay.
So the good news is that Farith, you find yourself suddenly wrapped in the coils of a drake, or perhaps the clawed arm grabs you and the drake makes a mighty slither. And so since you are there on the very next movement, the question is whether you are just going to add your move to this to cooperate. And so the two of you finally take the advice of this voice and get the hell out of the pool and move yourselves away. Fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
The four animated corpses just stand there in the water. They just stand there. Without.
Okay. So we have reached the position of safety, but we are still like 10 meters away from that.
Okay, that's correct. Yes. Yes.
They simply don't follow.
They simply do not follow.
Okay.
And the ground near the rock is still bubbling and moving. And,
correct. And a few half-made arrows and all the cool basilisk teeth, a pair of boots or something, are kind of jumbled around in that area. So let's see here.
Okay. At this point, just one thing. Remember last time I said I forgot to spend 5 points because the Draver gets a small bonus point per level like humans. Mm-hmm. And I got a bit of Draver language, so I can communicate, I can understand it somehow. And I also found a skill for drawing, which was in professions. It's a professional skill. It's not a knowledge, a sage skill. So I found it there. So yeah, I put something there.
Okay.
And I think we are going to try if we have moved away. The first thing to do is to try and see where this voice was coming from.
Well, you certainly can look up and see a Duster woman up there, but more importantly, because it's really not that far, as we have established. More importantly, the effects of the poisonous water, I mean, come on, are going to hit you, and that's going to be 4 life points damage right now. But interestingly enough, let's increase your spirit by 5. That water is extremely magical. It's extremely affected by the basilisks, or perhaps by more than the basilisks. Or maybe it's not the basilisks, but something about deathly. The water is deathly in some way. It has enhanced your spirit.
Oh, nice.
As well as doing damage to you. So and that's 3 life points to Vefselk for the same reason. And both of your spirit scores have increased by 5. So you know that and you can feel it. I mean, the water is soaking you and you are feeling these effects.
Okay.
So that's one. So just let you know a little bit more about this place. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, precisely. It's kind of overwhelming because in a few moments I witnessed a Draver become a Drake, basilisks, some undeads coming out of the ground, a poisonous attack, poisonous water, and I couldn't take note of any of these.
Right.
So basically,
Right. So I
I'm
think the
very
two of you,
frustrated.
if I am not mistaken, are staring with your mouths open at this
Yeah.
situation and realizing what the hell you have walked into.
Yeah.
Right.
exactly.
And then, of course, this woman has clearly helped you.
And so I think the first thing I would say is raise my head and say thank you in my tentative Draver speech.
I think you
And,
mean Duster, not Draver, correct?
Duster,
Right.
sorry, that's the speech.
Right.
And look at the woman who's looking at us.
Excellent. So you can see the dramatic flowery tattoo.
Mhm.
You can see that it's instantly apparent that you are looking at a shaman. It is not
Yeah.
that's not a secret cultural identity for anybody ever. So that's the case. I believe you have a cool staff, right?
But it's still lying about, I don't know,
Oh, I don't know.
5 or 10 meters away. 5 meters, say. So,
Is that so?
there's a little bundle of things
Oh, I see. Your
lying
things
there.
are back there. Okay, fair enough.
So,
And so you are gazing down, and like all dusters, you are not giving a lot of expressions or anything like that. In fact, I would say that of the features of the people that we are looking at, the humanity of Fareth's face is very evident compared to the somewhat flat gaze, the kind of, the lack of dramatic emotions on the faces of the two dusters. So really, the two women, I kind of like Fareth is like, thank you, and the two women are just looking at each other.
And I don't want to make it sound like comedy, but in a moment there will be two naked dusters.
Oh, that's
probably
true. One of them
have
is that's true.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
that's fine by
It's
us.
perfectly
right?
normal for them, but for me it's still kind
That's
of
true. That's true. An interesting point. And we'll deal with that in just a moment, because right now one of them is still a Drake.
Yeah.
And so when I say the two women, I mean, that's kind of interesting. The Drake has at least enough human body language, so it looks not like a lizard would look, but like a person would look. And the two of you are looking at each other. So, who does what? Fareth has spoken. What do the others do?
I think I'm staying in Drake form because I can only shapeshift once a day, and
Correct. Yeah. Once you
we
do a
just
big shift,
almost
that's
got
it for
killed.
you for a while. Right.
Yeah, so I'm staying in because I don't have anything to defend myself with, so I'm
Right.
just staying in Drake form, kind of maybe coiled around Fareth's legs.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. And so the two of them are clearly together, right, in a companionable way, and also the really, I think the biggest question comes to Ithasha. I'm very interested in what Ithasha does.
well, I'm going to try to heal that guy.
Okay. Well, there's.
I mean, I have the possibility. I have no reason not to. He's obviously of some concern
Mm-hmm.
to that Drake, and
Okay. Well, as
he
far as
was
the healing is concerned,
well-mannered enough to thank, even if it was kind of exaggerated, but well.
right. Let's deal with that. Your herbal lore also lets you know the two of them were clearly poisoned by the water. You can just tell by looking at them. And the plants in the region are useful.
So I probably tried two things. I'm going to use my tattoo because I realized that Fareth is pretty badly hurt. And I'm going to use those plants to make some kind of... What? Some kind of drink, maybe? Some kind of... tea or something and to try to get it into them to
Now,
get rid of that poison.
okay. So the tattoo, I think I've been reading it, and I don't really think that you use your tattoo on other people.
Yeah, I feared so.
Yeah, and so that seems to me to be the implication, that you can maybe just because of the picture, putting a tattoo on someone else is probably viable. You could probably tattoo someone else, but and then they could use it. But to use yours on someone else, I don't think that is valid.
Okay.
On the other hand, you're a pretty good herbalist.
Let's take what I have gathered.
Okay.
That mean to save it for later use, but it doesn't look like it.
Right. Well, so as you are gathering up plants, this gives us a moment to take a look around. The animated corpses stand there, and one by one, in irregular timing, they just fall sideways.
Good to know.
So that's what happens to them. The basilisks basically snuffle and snort and look pissed off, and eventually just wiggle, back onto the rocks. And one of them sort of licks out a tongue, grabs one of the rocks, and starts going crunch, 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 slowly. But they don't seem inclined to come running after you.
Nice. I hope so.
Okay, yeah. If I see all these like monsters kind of not looking aggressive anymore, I would change back into a person.
Are you allowed? It takes don't you have to wait a day or something like that?
I think I can change once a day, like into my reptilian form. I can stay in that form as long as I want, and then whenever I want, I can switch back. That was my understanding.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yes, that's what I read. Then there was a funny rule: if you don't change back to humanoid form on the same day, you have to wait an additional day or something. That I didn't really get.
I think that's the part I was fixating on.
Yeah.
All right. In that case,
basically,
if you
change into animal form,
right,
you can change back on the same day.
In that case,
but not the other way
you're the
around.
only one with pants.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, because I think I'm busy doing other things than getting clothes on me.
Yeah.
I've been thinking. Sorry. Go ahead, Sam.
Well.
Oh, I was just gonna say I feel like Farth is kind of my ticket into like escaping the situation I'm in. So I'm an adept herbalist, so I think I don't know if there's how I can help, but I would like to help with this herbalism.
No, I think that's actually pretty cool. As soon as you see the shaman coming down and picking the plants, you're like, first of all, make me an herbalism roll.
Okay. So let's see what I need to roll. 4 times int divided by 5. Okay, I need to calculate this first. Let's see. 4 times.
At least there are no square roots.
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, so I have to get below a 43. So let me see what I can get here. Okay, I get a 9. Okay.
Well,
so
the two of you, without speaking, just start making the potion. I mean, you're not even speaking.
Right.
It's the two of you, I mean, her hands set out the plants and you pick one up and cut it just right, and you don't even have to look at each other at this point. You're just like making it together.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think we're snapping right into something that would happen in kind of our daily lives.
Right.
Like yeah.
So
I like that.
Right.